Okay, the next problem we have the function defined by f of x is equal to 2x minus 5 over x squared minus 4. And the first thing that we want to do is to find the domain of f. Well, a rational function will be defined wherever its denominator is not equal to 0. So to find the holes in this graph, or to find the place that are not the x values that are not included in the domain, we simply need to set the denominator equal to 0. And you should see that x squared minus 4 is equal to 0 whenever x is equal to plus or minus 2. So we could simply state that the domain of f is all real numbers such that x is not equal to 2 and not equal to negative 2. So all reals where x not equal to 2, x not equal to negative 2. That's fine like that. Write an equation for each vertical and horizontal asymptote for the graph of f. Well, we know that the vertical asymptotes are at x equals 2 and x equals negative 2. The horizontal asymptotes will be found first by taking the limit as x approaches infinity of 2x minus 5 over x squared minus 4. And this is just because the degree of the denominator is larger than the degree of the numerator. This will simply be 0. We should also find the limit as x approaches negative infinity of 2x minus 5 over x squared minus 4. And we basically have the same issue there. The degree of the denominator is larger, and so this will also be 0. And so y equals 0 is the horizontal asymptote. So we have two vertical asymptotes, x equals 2, x equals negative 2, and one horizontal at y equals 0. For part C, we want to find the derivative of f, and that's going to be a quotient rule and a chain rule within a quotient rule. So we have low d high is going to be 2 minus high d low is going to be 2x. So I guess there actually is no chain rule within the quotient rule there. It's just the derivative of the denominator is 2x, and that's all going to be divided by x minus 4 quantity squared. X squared minus 4 quantity squared. Simplifying a little bit, I believe we get 2x squared minus 8 minus 4x squared plus 10x all over x squared minus 4 quantity squared. We would never want to multiply out the denominator because it's already in factored form. And so I believe we have negative 2x squared plus 10x minus 8 over x squared minus 4 quantity squared. Now I could go a step further, and they probably are going to ask for something related to this, but I could factor out a negative 2, and I could note that then that would be able to factor, and I would end up with negative 2 times x minus 4 times x minus 1 over the quantity x squared minus 4 squared. Then for part D, we want to write an equation for the tangent line to the graph at 0, f of 0. So my x-coordinate is 0. My y-coordinate will be found by plugging 0 in to the original equation, and that would give me negative 5 over negative 4, or positive 5/4. And the slope of that tangent line would be the derivative evaluated at x equals 0. And I believe that yields negative 8 over 16, which is negative 1/2. So we would get y minus 5/4 is equal to negative 1/2 x minus 0, which is just going to give x. And that simplifies to y is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 5/4. So that would be the equation of the line tangent to the graph at 0, f of 0. And that completes this problem.